Egypt. A month since I entered the Holy Land. I was in a foreign land, and I was dying. I wandered the cold desert for 4 nights before the horse archers found me. I had abandoned my mount to the vultures, and my armor to the heat of day. For a night, I was not much of a threat to them. I thought these men were Turks, come to toy with their prey. But when I could distinguish the riders from the blur of the mirage, I saw that they were Saracens, the rulers of the Middle East. I had ridden to the Holy Land with the Crusaders from France and Normandy, so I was by all rights the Saracens' enemy. Yet they gave me water and a spindly horse, and led me back to their leader. And that was how I met Saladin. The paintings in Europe show Saladin as a demonic barbarian. Yet he's more chivalrous than any knight I'd met before, and prefers the palaces of Damascus to slaughtering Normans in the desert. I had not expected hospitality from Saracens. We Normans execute any armed Arab we capture. But Saladin left me free to explore his camp. Perhaps he wants an objective observer to chronicle the prodigious bloodshed ahead. Saladin's army is heading south to Egypt to reinforce Cairo. Egypt is a tempting prize for the Crusaders. She is fabulously wealthy, yet governed by an ineffectual fool. Before my capture, I was en route to join in the Crusaders' assault on Egypt. It is a bitter irony that now I shall view the contest from the enemy camp. So it was that I found myself less than 100 miles from the Dead Sea, in the company of my enemies.
أمرك سأفعل. نعم حسنا نعم. مستعد.
The Holy Land is ours now, and soon Egypt will be as well.
نعم سأفعل. مستعد حسنا. أمرك.
Saladin, where are you going with that great army? Saladin, I'm afraid I do not trust your motives. Turn back at once. Very well. You leave me no choice. I have allied myself with the Franks. We will conspire to keep you out of Cairo.
Lord Saladin, the Egyptians are cowardly and weak. If we station troops near their main mosque, they will surely surrender. Lord Saladin, we have captured a Frankish war vessel.
You will not enter Cairo.
Lord Saladin, we have found Frankish armor in the ruins of this blacksmith.
نعم نعم. القتال.
Saladin, the Franks have betrayed us. They mean to invade Cairo. We were wrong not to trust our fellow Saracens. Please, these troops are yours to command. Just defeat the treacherous Franks.
مستعد. أمرك. نعم حسنا. سأفعل.
My lord, the Franks have been defeated.
نعم حسنا. سأفعل. نعم. أمرك.
Franks are dispersed, and the Egyptian army broken. Saladin has taken his place as governor of the Nile. Any European king would seize this opportunity to eliminate his political enemies. Saladin, however, allowed any Egyptian opposed to his rule to leave the city unharmed. Saladin has set out to win over the population. In Cairo, he built mosques and palaces, universities and hospitals. My own countrymen, the sons of Europe, showed naught but treachery, while the Saracens worked to dignify their civilization. It is a troubling turn of events, and I have difficulty sleeping. The holy city of Medina, year 15 of my capture. Volumes have I filled with my fatigued writings. Lord Saladin reads them only rarely. He speaks of greater events yet to come. The political boundaries in this endless desert have shifted as a result of 3 crusades. 4 Crusader states now exist in the Holy Land. After the Saracen victory in Egypt, the Crusader leaders realized that Saladin was worthy of their concern. They were quick to suggest a treaty. I hoped that with peace at last upon us, I would be returned to my own folk. But this peace, so short-lived, is already broken. And it is not Saracen, but Crusader that has violated his word of honor. Reynald de Chatillon, a wicked French knight, has been raiding Arab territory in defiance of the treaty. He attacks trade caravans, and his pirate ships threaten the Saracen holy cities of Medina and Mecca. Saladin, in his fury, has sworn to kill Reynald with his own hands.
Help us. Crusader bandits are everywhere. We must stop these arrogant Crusader attacks on our peaceful communities.
I am coming for you, Saladin. Soon.
سأفعل.
For the war effort.
نعم حسن نعم هجوم أمر الهجوم أمر نعم حسن نعم سأفعل القتال نعم مستعد هجوم نعم نعم الهجوم نعم الهجوم قتال هجوم سأفعل حسن نعم 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 حسن سأفعل نعم نعم سأفعل هجوم مستعد نعم أمر حسنا نعم نعم سأفعل نعم حسنا القتال سأفعل حسنا نعم هجوم نعم سأفعل نعم الهجوم حسنا هجوم سأفعل القتال حسنا سأفعل هجوم نعم الهجوم أمر نعم حسنا سأفعل نعم أمر مستعد هجوم الهجوم نعم حسن سأفعل مستعد حسن الهجوم نعم نعم سأفعل حسن نعم حسن سأفعل مستعد القتال أمر الهجوم نعم نعم حسن هجوم نعم الهجوم مستعد
I'll be back, Saracen dog.
أمر نعم سأفعل القتال
Although I am still a prisoner, Saladin and his generals dine with me. Over meals, we discuss mathematics and astronomy. I never imagined a race of desert folk could be so wise. Baghdad, the Saracen capital, is the most civilized city in the world, with free hospitals, public baths, a postal service, and banks with branches as far away as China. But as we eat, talk inevitably turns to war. Reynald's pirate vessels now rot at the bottom of the Red Sea. His raids have stopped. Reynald has escaped, but I suspect Saladin shall neither forgive nor forget. Galilee, year 20 of my capture. Last night, we rode into a sandstorm. The men dared not open their mouths to speak. We clung to the necks of horses or camels while waves of sand rose and fell around us. The Saracens have pursued a large force of Europeans into the desert. The Crusaders carry with them a relic, a piece of the true cross. Capturing this artifact will deal a severe blow to the morale of Saladin's Christian foes. I asked Saladin why we were here, miles from civilization and water. He said, to bring crimson death to the blue-eyed enemy. The huge Crusader army has halted to make its stand beneath the two peaks called the Horns of Hattin. At the Horns is only a single pool of water, and Saladin controls it. At night, the Saracens ride out and extravagantly pour out vessels of water into the sand within sight of the thirst-crazed Europeans. It is cruelty worthy of a Crusader.
The European murderers shall die in this desert.
نعم بناء
مستعد حسنا. نعم سأفعل.
أمر
Lieutenant, we have found a Saracen camp.
مستعد. أمر حسنا.
Saladin, I believe we have some unfinished business.
أمر.
نعم سأفعل صحيح نعم صحيح
نعم سأفعل. مستعد. حسن. نعم حسنا. نعم سأفعل. القتال.
أهلا نعم مرمم
أمر. نعم حسن سأفعل. حسن.
مستعد مرمم
هجوم. نعم سأفعل. القتال. مستعد. نعم أفعل. هجوم. أمر حسن.
Avenge me, my brothers, for I cannot.
الهجوم.
بناء
نعم حسن أفعل. مستعد. نعم سأفعل. مستعد. أمر حسن. نعم حسنا. سأفعل. نعم صحيح. أمر. سأفعل. حسنا. نعم.
أهلا
أمر
سأفعل نعم. نعم.
Piece of the true cross. The
حسنا.
Crusaders' fate will be lost. We must return it to our camp immediately.
نعم صحيح.
We have captured the Europeans' precious relic.
نعم.
My heart weeps for the Crusader infidels.
Fighting was fierce. The Crusaders had to conquer or die. Mostly, they died. Saladin has treated his prisoners well, providing them with ice water from the mountains and comfortable tents. For the first time in years, I have been able to speak to fellow countrymen, but I am unsure what to say to these invaders. Not all of the prisoners were treated so royally. Reynald de Chatillon was captured here and, fulfilling his vow, Saladin sliced off Reynald's head with his own scimitar. How ironic that it was only after the Crusaders entered their lands that the Saracens were transformed into the people that we set out to destroy.